Well, the executioner ran away. He got scared when he saw he had executed a priest.
So what should we do now? Cancel the execution?
That is not an option. Someone else will do it, no?
You do it.
Why me?
Go on, mon ami. Justice must be served, and your aunt can see it done. Do it and make this child proud. Think of our family legacy. The time to make history is now.
Please allow me to be the one. I'll do it. Vive la révolution! Thrust into a world of violent change, this is the story of her birth. Marguerite Broyle was born beneath the shadow of the guillotine. The shadow remained.
Mon petit chou, Mama and Papa are still working. Let us hear your voice.
Blood, blood, blood. All it wants is blood. Give the guillotine a blood offering. Blood to slake its thirst. So the blood does flow. The guillotine thirst is never quenched. Only sing it once. Blood, blood, blood. Blood, blood, blood. All it wants is blood.
She never had the chance for an ordinary life, even as a child. To the townsfolk, she became a source of terror. They all knew the awful story of her birth, for they had been there. Reflecting back their darkest selves, she was ostracized for reminding them of who they really were.
Get out of here, you dirty witch!
I don't know what to do.
Well, say something, why don't?
Everything about her was different. As if she was something alien, a stranger born into the world of men.
Blood, blood, blood. All it wants is blood. Give the guillotine a blood offering. Blood to slake its thirst. So the blood does flow.
Singing underneath the guillotine's blade, she was the most beautiful sight I'd ever laid eyes on. I knew at the time I was witness to a miracle. I've fallen madly in love with you. I kneel down before you in absolute adoration. Sweet flower, I offer this to you, my unending praise, and at the end of it all, you will save me. I promise. I shall channel my whole spirit and create a goddess to reign over this world.
このオペラにささやきかける黒い魂よこの照れやとしくだけ
A dream? Strange. Was her life really like that? Is she a ghost? In any case, it seems like her soul is strong enough to linger since all of that happened. But what does she want? And what does it have to do with me? Maybe she helped me to unlock that power during the fight. What the?
What's going on in there, Red?
Get out!
Are you okay? What the hell do you think you're up to? Now, let's hear whatever flimsy excuse you've got. I want to know how this happened, and I want to know right now.
All I know is that I don't know.
Huh?
I swear I don't know what's going on. Wait, the lock! I must have forgotten to lock up last night.
Are you trying to tell me that a naked blonde girl just fell into your bed the one time you conveniently forgot to lock up for the night?
I don't know what to say, but please stop shaking my head.
Now that I think of it, this doesn't add up. I can't imagine you actually picking up a cute girl and bringing her home like this. Besides, you're not enough of a stud to pull a girl like her and date Sakurai. And you got all huggy with me last night. Oh crap, you're a total scumbag player. We can get through this. Our friendship is strong. If I don't have your back on this one, then nobody will.
I don't understand how this just happened overnight. Is it because I achieved formation? I must have somehow given physical form to her soul in the dream.
Aw, are you having a moment? Sneaking a little eye contact in, are we?
No, look, we can't just leave her here all by herself, can we?
No, I guess not. But she definitely can't leave the house only wearing a sheet. I'll go grab some clothes. Hang on a second.
So, hey there. You're the girl from the Golden Beach, aren't you? And I suppose that somehow I summoned you? It's crazy, but you're really here. Oh man, I hit the freaking jackpot!
You sick, twisted bird! Neanderthal! Now, let's see if we can find out what the story really is with Marie.
Since it's our day off, time shouldn't be a problem. But there's really no reason for you to tag along.
Sure there is. I can't just leave it to you now, can I? You probably just want to drop her with the police and let them handle it, don't you? I can't stand it when people act like that. It's totally heartless. I'm sure she has her reasons for being here. So that means we have to be a little bit nicer. It's Christmas after all. And also she's a foreigner, which means we should be doing our best to make her feel welcome. We want people visiting Japan to fall in love with our beautiful country. We're all global citizens. This is the 21st century, you know. It's time for a broader view of the world as a whole than what we were given. But maybe a man with your limited faculties can understand.
I understand that you're already proving to be a horrible influence on our impressionable new friend.
You can shut up. Now let's get back to it. We're spending today helping her. Okay?
Somehow, that doesn't happen whenever I'm with her. What is it that lets me be able to touch her in the first place? Yeah.
Oh, man. I couldn't eat another bite.
Okay. Sorry for making you wait. I hope all that stuff we did today didn't wear you out too much. Well, that's good. It ended up being really fun. The entire day was a huge surprise for me. Actually, I haven't had a day this good in a long time. So thank you. You're pretty strange, huh, Marie? But I hope you understand. If people find out you're staying with me, they might start to think we're...
It's okay. That was the promise from the very beginning. I know because Cagliostro said so. I want to stay with you, Ren. Truly.
Say, do you mind telling me a little bit more about that Cagliostro guy you mentioned?
Hi. I'm sorry to interrupt. You look busy. Could we talk for just a second?
Who in the hell are you?
Name's Irae Hanjo. Shiro sent me here. He wants to see you. Will you please follow me?
Yes, you can see. All this proceeding is planned. I will see to everything you leave in my care. Farewell. Was there something else, sir? No, Heydrich, you cannot mean. Are you certain?
All right, kids. Come on down. Let me be the first to welcome you to the depths of our bottomless pit. Shiro's been hanging around down here with me ever since the two of you had that little scuffle.
Hey, it's been a while. Knowing you, I'm sure there's a lot you'd like to say right now. But why don't we get the pleasantries out of the way first, old buddy? Glad to see that you're doing well.
Glad to see you're the cocky dumbass you always wanted to be.
Don't be so harsh. You still pissed off about that? You're out of the hospital, aren't you? And it isn't like I did any permanent damage to you. How about we relax and let bygones be bygones? And although I didn't bring you down here to show off our new girlfriends, I gotta say, she's a real cutie. Where'd you find her?
Don't pretend you don't know the answer to that. If I'm being perfectly frank, a lot of strange things have happened recently. You're aware. You've been watching the whole time, right?
No, not at the very beginning. Just a little the last few days. But I'd heard what you've been up to. Hell, I've even been backing you up. When Kasumi was covered in blood and you had to carry her home, it's pretty lucky you didn't run into anyone, isn't it?
That assignment was a real headache from the start. And all this jerk ever does is bark out orders to me. I'm the one who does all the work.
So what's your game? Don't try telling me you're doing this because you're the sentimental type.
How cynical. But you are beginning to catch on now, at least. Look, you and I had a little disagreement, didn't we? Unfortunately, we never settled the score. But I think I may have figured out just how we can accomplish that.
Weren't you the one who said we should let bygones be bygones?
This is a completely different situation. I just wouldn't feel right leaving it unfinished. I'm gonna stop beating around the bush and be straight with you. We want to play a part in this mess you're caught up in. And whoever's still standing at the end will be the official winner of our fight.
Are you really that dumb? We're done here. If that's all you wanted to say, you've wasted our time.
You aren't leaving yet. Just so you know, we've been dealing with these freaks of nature and their magic a lot longer than you have. And now they seem to want something from both of you. He's had the occasional run-in with them ever since he snuck out of the hospital. Personally, I've spent the better part of 10 years planning to stop them. It was a family tradition started by my grandfather. All these murders in town are a sign that they're back.
So you aren't the only one who's rumbled with those monsters.
We got our asses stomped.
But we're still alive.
To boil it all down, Ren, we're trying to say that we'd be useful allies to you. Besides, there's still so much that you don't have a clue about, isn't there? For instance, details. We know about the Longinus Drights in Orden.
They're super wanted fugitives, as bad can get. If we were to take out just one of them, we could earn enough money to party for 7 lifetimes.
The money? Is that what you're thinking about? This isn't a dust-up between rival gangs.
The money was merely meant as an example. We aren't going to pretend that it isn't part of it for us. But we know they're as dangerous as a den of vipers, and they're here now, slithering around in our city. Just awful, isn't it? Which is why those of us who live here need to ask them politely but firmly to leave. In other words, I think we feel the same way about them as you do.
I can do something about them, but neither of you can.
We'd only die at worst.
That's right! And I refuse to help you commit suicide.
Now I get it. You're different because you've got a trump card hidden up your sleeve. That's all that is. You can fight because of her. That's the real difference between you and us, right? I might not know all the details, but I think I get the basic idea. In exchange for the intel we just gave you, any chance you might fill us in on how that works?
No chance in hell. You know that's the way I've always done things.
Of course. And back at ya. You know the way I've always done things.
Listen, man. I came here because I wanted the opportunity to see you again. You were there for me and Kasumi through the years. So thank you. That's why I won't let you charge headfirst into death. That would make Kasumi sad. And me as well. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't have to drag you along through that.
I actually thought it was kind of fun. Something about you suddenly seems so sad. Is it because you and that other man had a fight? What happened?
Shiro and I had been partners in crime as far back as I can remember. Both of us had our secrets to hide, things we didn't want getting out. He backed out of our agreement. That's why I couldn't bring myself to forgive him. But if I'm being honest, now I realize that I was the one who most wanted my secret to come out. I've been afraid to do so many things in my life, but he just jumps right in. It's scary and infuriating, but I can't run from it. What just happened is a perfect example. It's sort of like looking over the edge from the roof of a building. If you fall, you know you'll die, but you still have to look. That's the way it goes whenever I'm with him, and I always end up hating myself.
But he's your friend?
Yeah, but I'm not sure why. Maybe there's some part of me that wants to be a little more like him. Deep down, maybe I want to spiral into self-destruction. I'm such a drag. I sound like I should be on suicide watch. I just want to make my own decisions, to live a life of free will. Especially with all that's happening. Listen, Marie. I don't want you to be with me because that's what somebody else said you needed to do, understand? I want our relationship to be an honest one, built on mutual trust, where neither of us ever has to hide who we really are.
Oui. I hope it'll come true. It sounds perfect.
Marie.
Good evening, Fuji. The priest of the Grail wishes to speak with you, and he'd rather not wait. We can do this the easy way, and you can just come with me. Or if you choose to resist.
How stupid! Get the hell out of here! Not bad, kid. Even I am impressed. You managed to kill off Spinne. I never would have guessed that. Looks like I underestimated you. This form might not be an absolute disappointment after all.
Bay, you know better than this.
Enough! I know you're trying to tell me this isn't the place. Too bad that's the way things go.
Passing stallion enters into the fray.